Oh boy, Keith, what a load of excitement yesterday. Here a little bit. I mean, let's see if we dug up any prices. It was pretty chalky. Hammer yesterday, $14.20. Passion for Justin Nixon with Wes Hamilton, $23.20.
I led into that pick six. That went down.
Yeah.
One single ticket over $16,000. So congrats to whoever caught that ticket, which I was hoping maybe we'd have a little carryover leading into today with that mandatory payout.
Yeah, that's kind of out.
For the end of our Laurel Park meet here before we head over to Pimlico. But hey, it happens.
It happens. And sometimes we can hold out. Sometimes, and it's usually, if it goes just the day before the mandatory pick. So there we have it. Let's take a look at what we've got going on post Derby Day here. Sloppy track, of course. Drizzles all day long.
Yeah, not pretty. Off the turf, sloppy, sealed racetrack right now. Temperatures close to 60. Hopefully things get a little bit better. I know we've got some rain throughout the week, but hoping things clear up when we get over to High-Ho Pimlico.
Exactly, right? I think the sunshine's going to open up right at the right type of timing once we get onto Old Hilltop as we start with this early pick 5 in this maiden special weight, going 4.5 on the dirt for the straight 2-year-old. Keith, you have Ace It on top on the rail for James Chapman. Tori Alba gets the call.
Yeah, this is a horse. I went back and watched the rerun again this morning at Keeneland. No real chance. It took play, was like 4th or 5th choice in a big field. Wesley Ward, typical, got the job done with the 2-year-old there, raised the bar. But I thought this horse showed a little burst of speed after early adversity, then was tucked inside, a little steady, then a little just protect late, finished with some interest. That experience under his belt, I think, is going to work here. This is a barn over the last 5 years. I think I mentioned this yesterday. He's about 28% over the last 5 years bringing horses in here. So the experience might help the chances of Ace It. I know he's got a turn of foot. Early money showing Sir Mick. Yes, like Sir Mick in here. World of Trouble, just talking to Robin. Strong, good off track. Posse, the bottom side sire of this mare, was 4 for 4 on a wet track. Should relish what it's going to be traveling over today. Full sister, second here in the 2-year-old debut last year. I think it was a Brittany Russell trainee. So the works have picked up. I think strong for a barn that can get them ready to win first time out.
1-4-3-6 for Keith Fusel there in race number 1. Race number 2 starts that early pick 4 and a claiming 30,000. An off the turf event going 5.5 for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratch in the 2, scratch in the 3, scratch in the 8.
Okay.
We have some MTOs staying in. Keith, you go with the number 1, and John Hall for Jose Magana, Johan Rosado on the rail.
Yeah, capable barn. This race, I don't have a strong feel. I think there's going to be plenty of horses sent out going for the lead. Bossman JJ is quick. El Divino comes out. That horse is going to go being Moncrief, Tall Order, even Casino Tricks. John Hall, I mean, he looks to me like he wants to be a one-run sprint type. He's going to get the flow in front of him, a little bit of a class drop, a little bit of relief here for John Hall. I hope he's somewhere within 5 or 6 of it, leaving that 3/8 full. I think he can ramp up a rally and be a player here at a good price. Bossman JJ, this horse ran very good 2 races back prior to the layoff behind a good field. Now comes back to the straight 3 in life. Tossed the race prior to the layoff, take a hit. You see that lost action past the 3/8. As we got a little bit of a break, coming back, certainly capable here on an off track to stalk in pounds.
Let's also talk about the number 10 in Casino Tricks for Troy Singh. Victor Carrasco takes the call. First in the barn, but the horse is just on a great roll for Hugh McMahon.
You know, you got some sketchy form, some layoffs here, Callie, right? This horse is in form. We know that. Capable barn. Barn is could have a nice day today. Couple live runners. I like a horse later today, but the blinkers have come off. He is definitely improved. Internals were a little bit softer last time. I think they're going to be a little quicker, but I think he has the ability to sit just off of it and make a move and kind of grind it out, even on this little bump up here for the barn.
Of 1-4-10-5 for Keith Fusel there in race number 2. Race number 3 is a claiming 5,000, going 5.5 on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratch in the 6, Science. You have the number 1 on top. Let's take a look at that effort from Mr. Mox for Henry Welters and Tori Alba.
Yeah, this sort of a little bit step slow here. Just a little awkward break. This horse has speed. He's got a turn of foot. He's got the inside. Now, you glance real quickly at that off-track record. It's not speaking volumes, but I'm still going to give him another shot. Divining Rods in the past, they've been okay on an off-track. This horse goes ahead, makes the move, challenges in between horses. On the 29th of March, we've heard us talk about this. He ends up down towards the inside, the worst part of the racetrack, through the lane. But I thought he was very, very game. Love You Bye Bye, who we're going to see right here again, right next to him, breaking the stall right over, is back. He took the better part of the racetrack to win this particular race on the 29th. He came back to run strong. Mr. Mox, Torrealba, first off the claim. Henry Walters, let's kind of get to the front and possibly keep on going. I think Claw is a horse if you're looking for a little bit of a price. I know Kieran's horse is going to take a lot in here, dropping and all of that, and yeah, probably will beat me. But Claw's interesting. He was in that race too, down inside after a little trouble heading into the turn. Blinkers went back on last time, took a little play. Good workout into this and has success on and off track. I think he'll be into the flow early with a good break here.
Absolutely. 1-7-5-2 for Keith Fustel there in race number 3. Race number 4 starts your pick 3, Keith. Starts in race number 4.
And a little cheapo ticket.
There we
Long
go.
day yesterday. Everybody's a little bit groggy trying to kind of
It's
get
like,
back in order.
Exactly. The weather reflects and everybody on the
The mood
inside.
here, yes.
Yeah.
It's a little tough. But, no, something cheap. But I think we got a little shot here. And we've got a couple little prices. 4, 5, 6 to get you started in the 4th. 4 and a 5 going to take plenty of play. Irish Bandit, though, holds value here for Jerry Rod. Now, we're going to spread in the 5th. I think there's lots of ways to go. Not a whole lot you can really, really trust. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. Forgotten Gift, a good number in there. We've got a Jerry Robb horse coming off a break. I haven't seen that one since the Big T. And Singling. Here's the other horse we talked about. Race 6, off the turf at a mile on the main track. And we're going to take a shot here in single. Splendor Beauty for Troy Singh.
I like that. Yes, Troy Singh, as you mentioned, potentially having a good day today. $7.50. Like that ticket, like that structure, Keith. And let's open up your first leg of that pick 3 in this claiming 20,000, 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the straight 3-year-olds. Scratch in the 2 in the and you go with the number 6, as you mentioned, Irish Bandit, Jerry Robb, Xavier Perez.
Yeah, Irish Bandit finished behind Little Lance in their most recent effort for the 20,000. He had the tougher trip, though. He was down inside. His pace was okay, not super quick, but quick enough. In a little tight. X-Man had to be a little bit hesitant going into the turn. Third time off of a break here, draws outside. I think this horse is going to go ahead and set sail and take them a very long way. A 1-for-1 on a wet track. Jerry Robb off of this kind of break, third off of a layoff. 4 for 19 between the 150, 300-day break with an ROI of 237, 9 for 14 in the money. Yes, Irish Bandit, I think, take no prisoners early. Hopefully we'll take to some rating around the turn and have a finish. I like the direction this horse is going, and I like the direction the barn has been going over the last month.
You've got to put the obvious underneath in the one-way farrier
Yes.
and the number 5 for McGee and Carlos Lopez.
Yeah, let's look at that video. We're going to go back to March the 8th. This horse is 2 for 3 at the distance, 4 for 11 overall. Has hit the board 8 of 11 times. So very good young career here for this 3-year-old son of race day. He gets a little flow out in front. Yes, it's a battle, and he just kind of knifes his way in between horses, works outward, and makes a good surge late. This horse last time, that speed, I thought Force of Justice 23-2, that opening quarter is what got him. He didn't have that help up front like he's had in this particular race. He might get a little bit more flow today. I think he brings a more substantial run than what he did last time out on this little bit of a class drop down to 20.
No. I see it, definitely. Just wrapping things up with Little Lance, Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez, just kind of the heavy hitters in this race here for the 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, obvious here. He's improved. He's paired up 2 good numbers in a row. Chased all the way, very willing. Yes, he'll be chasing again. I don't think he's going to be quite as quick as Irish Bandit, but he'll be staying around for this trip.
Let's talk about race number 5 that does start that Rainbow Pick 6. Pool hit yesterday, but remember, we do have a mandatory payout. I give you 2 singles, one with an MTO and Brady Bear in race number 6, and in race number 7, as I do scroll down there, with the number 9 and Kaya's Halo for that claiming 12-5. And then pretty much straight 3 horses across the board for the rest of those races. Pretty competitive enough for the last issue of this card here to wrap up racing here at Laurel for the spring. $16.20 a ticket, and it does begin in this claiming 12-5, 5.5 on the dirt for the girls 3 and up. Keith, you have the number 2 on top in Mo Traffic. Why not? Let's go ahead and take a look at that Diane Marizzi Forest Boyce effort.
Yeah, and I think the issues just started earlier here. Heading to the turn, kind of caught up in between horses. We've got the ease back comment. So it was kind of moving its way under some urging, mind you, up into contention. And then right here, just kind of backs on out of this precarious little spot, a light steady at the 3.5 pole, and just really couldn't pick it up from there. Drops back 5th, beaten 17. But the blinkers go on today. This horse's first 2 races in the career had the blinkers, ran 2 of its better races. I think looking at that flow last time, 22-1, 45-3. This is going to be a little bit more relaxing, maybe, for Mo Traffic, not as demanding into the turn. Gets position with the blinkers. I like Forest Boyce to nurse and go on with it here on the drop.
Course choice underneath for John Walters. Martino Rojas gets the call. Pretty solid horse out of the field.
Definitely has brought the speed to the table. See how far she can take him. I think Forgotten Gift, who was a little bit keyed up outside of that one last time out, might get that good covered up trip today, and hopefully will settle a little bit better with Torrealba. Bandbox, sloppy track, no more to be said.
Let's talk really quick on the 10 on the outside and 5.2. Rudy Sanchez, Selman, Thais Light, Pustina. I also have this one underneath. Just intriguing with the off track.
Just has to avoid the real overland trip. A trainer scratch on April the 19th. They hold the level after the claim, but numbers definitely stack up. I think this one able to kind of drop in a little bit, should bring a finish against this group.
2-3-1-10 for Keith Fusel there in race number 5. Back after this commercial for the rest of Sunday's card.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'm choky, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skillet, baby. And the thing about your boy is I don't like no whips and chains, and you can't tie me down. But you can Young Jackaka.
Of course, that was Jack Harlow, who was at the Derby yesterday. Going to be headlining Preakness after events this year. In about 2 weeks, Keith, coming up really quick. I know. I'm so excited for it. But we are now at the Jackpot Super High 5 and the start of the late pick 5 in this claiming 30,000 off the turf event going a mile. Scratches in the 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 14, and 15. The 13 and the 16 draw in today, Keith.
Yeah.
You have the number 10, Splendor Beauty, on top. Your single in your ticket, wrapping things up for Troy Singh and J-Ron Barbosa.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get close to this 5-1, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Third off of a break, has improved since being gelded. First time gelding back on the 11th of March 23. Has returned a really good, demanding kind of a try off the break against better. Counter Spy came back. Next time out, blistering internals, chase just a fade ever so slightly. That race is a double key race, including there was a runner who scored an A other than here. That was Sheriff Ronnie, right? They came back to win here with an 84. I don't really see anybody as fast as Splendor Beauty. Let's go ahead and go and see if we can control it up front.
Talking about the number 5 on inside on Wicked Secret. Hugh McMahon, blinkers on Fergal Lynch. Comes in on a drizzly day here today. Stay consistent at this distance, except for that effort back at Parks. Yeah,
we see all these two team up. Got the vaccination home for the dead heat on the turf. I like the selection of the rider. There is some other speed in here. I don't think quite as fast as my top selection. But if somebody dares to go and wants to engage, I think there's going to be that, and there's going to be some chase going on. Wicked Secret get the inside-out closing trip here under Field Goal Lynch for Hugh McMahon.
And then Brady Bear underneath with the number 13. High stakes for Kerry and Kevin Gomez.
Yeah, 3 looks the part here. I think well spotted after that maiden score. Got a little bit of weary late, but they went fast early. This horse is going to have to be nursed along perfectly to make that move and sustain. Question mark here on the 13 high stakes for me. I see Munnings, though. I respect that.
Okay.
Munnings on an off track. That's why I'm going to toss this horse in. I think he's definitely improved since that prior dirt try.
No, why not? 10-5 at 13, 3-13 for Keith Fusel there in race number 6. Race number 7 to start the late pick 4 is a claiming 12-5, going a mile on the dirt for the girls 3 and up. Scratch in the 4 peppermint class. Keith, you've got all of it on Marley's Ghost. Torrealba gets the call. Let's take a look at that effort just last time out.
Yeah, it's good effort, aggressive move, but the right move. You break your maiden for 20. you can drop, in half, basically, almost. That's the way you got to do it. You got to pay the bills. You're owning these horses. You want to make some money. And strike while the iron is hot, and this one just kind of nursed along 3 wide, mixed this progression here at a short 2-5 with Torrealba. He's back today. Just take this some nudging here, and widens, winning off by 8 1/4. It's a little bit better group as things get tougher when you step through the conditions. But we have a stat here for Jose Corrales dealing with last out winners in the conditional claimers, and it's a pretty good strike rate if we can get that, guys. So we have that stat. Oh, maybe I didn't throw that stat in.
You did throw the stat in.
Well, maybe I forgot. Did I? I don't know.
No, you didn't forget.
Anyhow, it's good.
Yeah, if you have, okay.
And I don't know. Oh, here it is. It's
Yes. I knew you would have it written down.
24%, 5 for 21, 10 for 20 in the money with last out winners back in the conditional claimers.
Yep.
So there we go.
There we go. We'll have that up for the afternoon,
Okay.
of course. But, Keith, let's discuss your exacta play underneath in Mo Tough. Rudy Sanchez, Solomon, Angel Cruz here attacking the same distance and class.
Yeah, it was up with the pace. It was a slower pace. This one I don't think quite has the speed as some of these other horses. KS Halo, for example, your top selection to her outside, I think is going to be very dangerous on the stretch out here for Kieran McGee. But Mo Tough is shown on the back races. Yes, can sit a little bit further back. Again, has a tendency just to flatten a little bit. But I think Cruz is going to time it pretty well here today. Always for the higher price of the Corrales horses. She's just a grinder. Didn't have that flow to get into last time. Gets it today.
2869 for Keith Hustel in race number 7. Race number 8 is a claiming 30,000 going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratch in the outside in the 8. Midnight Renegade. Keith, you have the number 3 on top. And Irish Warlock, Troy Singh. Torrealba takes the call.
Here we go.
Troy Singh
Troy.
again.
Yeah, Troy.
Yeah.
Irish Warlock, just has jumped up and run 2 really big races. Hence, we're going to jump up again here. I thought that was a tough 16. 3 in life last time out. You had some droppers in there, Jester Song. You had a first-time gelding angle and for Abuelo Paps for Kieran. And this horse ran very credible. They went fast. The race went to close. This horse closed in well. Looking at this field, scratch Midnight Renegade. I didn't think that horse was going to be up front. This horse could be very close to the front. When you look at some of these other races that he has run, he's sharp right now. I'm going to, ride this train here. Irish Warlock. On or near the lead, Find Faith is a horse on the go back, has shown versatility, has speed, may want to try to use that and get forward today on the turn back for Robin Graham. And Whiz Wit, this is an interesting horse, your top selection for Ben Perkins, off a 406-day layoff.
I'm here for it.
We've seen Perkins be able to get these horses ready off the brakes. This horse was down inside. Last time we've seen some issues early on. Look at this comment again, solid belated run. Works outward in the purple cap here. You're seeing this around 4th or 5th, and shifts out late to finish and
Great
kept on well through the gallop out here with Forest Boys. Now, he comes back, reported first-time gelding. This horse ran well right off the bench, works ablazing right now over at Delaware. So, and some good ones at Pimlico. Could be tied on, no doubt, off of this long break with Forest Boys.
And there we have it. 3726 there in race number 8. Race number 9 is an off-the-turf event, 1 mile and 1/8 now on the dirt in the starter optional 12-5. Scratches in the 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13, and 14. The 15 runs. Okay. Keith, you have the number 15 on top on the outside. That does draw in. And K-Rus for Hugh McMahon and Wes Hamilton. Yeah, this horse is bred to go, just keep on going, curling out of a Giants Causeway mare. First off the claim last time, this horse made a tremendous run. I mean, finished with a flourish going 5.5. Has to time that run and go back out to the route of ground. It's capable. Second off the claim here for Hugh McMahon. This horse has back numbers going long that work. He has a style here. I think he'll be fairly forward coming off of that turf sprint. I think the horse to beat is Fortune's Fool, your top selection. Pretty consistent. Lacey, she's very good with these off-the-turf types when she gets them in. She's also very good third off of a break. Maybe a little bit better with the sprinters, but this one cycling in a good number last time. Might get close back to her top today. This horse gets good position. I think when you look at it, Helm's Deep will go ahead and go. Maybe a left first chase. I don't think Fortune's Fool is going to be
too far back at any point.
Nope. Nope. It race kind of runs between our top 3 selections in the 15, 11, 10, and 2.
I think Bobby G, you have to pay attention to. He's proven this guy, 10 years old now. He comes off a little bit of a freshman. He's got the grind. He hasn't gotten back maybe to the old Bobby G, but against this field, I think close to like a B-plus race for him. He's going to grind and be around for a piece of this super.
Fair enough. 15, 11, 10, 9 in race number 9 for Keith Fustel. Race number 10 is a maiden claiming 20,000, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 3 to 5 year olds. Scratch in the rail horse and Pilot Compt. Let's go ahead and talk about your top selection. And Crooked Dreams, first time starter for Claudio Gonzalez and Carlos Lopez.
Man, just not overly thrilled. You got some horses that have knocked on the door, had a lot of chances. Look at the fresh face. Again, though, we got 7/8 of a mile. A really tough ass first time out. But you got by a stallion that's 17% with the wet track runners. Not as great with the firsters. But this barn, owner-trainer combo, they score with Play Harder. That horse is, gone on and done well. The Sibs have shown very sharp speed. I'm looking at this field. I think gets into the race early for Claudio and Rising Sun. Just a little shot here to end the day. Looks like the horses to beat would be the 2, 6, and 7. Catching Stars, interesting drop. Nobody went in for this one. Okay race last time. Finished up. It was maybe like a little bit visually, the way Perspicacious Boy was dropping back. He was running. Yeah, he closed well. But back out to 7/8 of a mile. He's going to be an awfully short price. I try to beat him here with the 3. Dream Within a Dream, I think, will be forward. Under the Overpass is interesting. He's knocked on the door, 9 of 10 times in the money. He works her even a little bump up off of last time out. I think he'll get that stalking pounce kind of trip.
3762 for Keith Fustel there in race number 10. Let's go ahead to the dive-ins on those picks. Talking about your value play in race number 4 on the number 6 at 6-1. Irish Bandit for Jerry Robb and Xavier Perez.
Yeah, the barn doing very well. This horse got in a little bit of a tight spot. Wanted to kind of go up to the lead. Had to hesitate a little bit leaving the half. Today draws outside. I think is the speed of the speed, controls it, improving type, can carry him a long way.
Your best bet of the day is just 2 races later in race number 6 at the 5-1 in the number 10 Splendor Beauty for Troy Singh and J-Ron Barbosa.
Similar angle, speed, but this time going a 1-turn mile. We're hoping this horse can kind of get out there and carry on. Held well into very fast fractions. A really good try 2-bag. It was a double key last time. Out, Sheriff Arani came back here to run a big number in an A other than not that kind of group that he faces today, third off the bench.
We have to watch and discuss of what happened in Derby 150. Brutal break for Anna Maria there on the 7, but Keith, take it away. You made some pretty good plays in this race.
Well, we keyed up on Sierra Leone. We got a little bit lucky catching the exact. He runs second by a nose, and he had to wait a little bit. Leaving the far turn, he shifts out 7 or 8 wide, and then here comes the bumping going on. But what a ride by Hernandez on Mystic Dance. Right up, got position, and you got to give it to him. He was the one. He and the horse teamed up together, got that pole, and the speed just carried him along. He didn't have to ask too much, and when that seam opened, knife through there, opens up and digs in late to hold off those 2. Forever Young, a very valiant effort just to miss in between horses. Catching Freedom had a little issue early, got through inside to make that run. Just a slight flattening out late, but what a finish, and what a really good ride there. And congrats to the whole team there with Mystic Dan.
What a weekend for Kenny McPeek as well.
The Oaks,
are you kidding me? Oh, my
that
gosh.
Was since, 09 with Burrell, so that's tremendous.
Yeah, no, that's great. And Kenny McPeek entering horses over here in Maryland here and there, always fun. But what a finish. What an 150th Kentucky Derby. And we will take it over and go to our leaderboard.
Okay.
For the jocks, let's take a look at what's going on there. Tori Alba steaming right along ahead of Jamie Rodriguez. Did you see that coming?
And he's riding for everybody,
right?
Which is the thing.
He's getting the chances.
He is, and he's not missing either. And he's putting on some very good rides. He's getting into position. His judge of pace has been very good. A couple horses I thought that were kind of maybe back up at the 3/8. He keeps them going. So congrats to him. He's really riding well, this whole group, and looking forward to Toledo's return here in June.
Absolutely. And going over to the trainer standings, of course, Kieran McGee. Here we go for this nice little comeuppance, his time of year as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And these trainers, you'll see their horses all over the place, highly competitive, and yeah, that's the big four maybe. I mean, we got a couple other ones still lurking as well, so certainly some other very capable trainers here. But it's always a very good trainers race here in Maryland.
And we will be excited for all of the races to continue over at Old Hilltop starting on Thursday, Keith.
Yeah.
It's going to be very exciting.
Can we end the show? Do we have a little graphic? I wanted to show something about the Derby. I don't know if Phil can get that up or no.
It may be last minute, but let's while we're giving them time to come up with that graphic, let's discuss a little bit. Dive into your picks a little bit of what you did for the Derby. Did you do anything? Do you want to give any specific bets that you had?
Well, I know something.
Wins?
Well, no, but I know somebody had a really good wager and a good opinion on the race, and if we can show it, I would love to show it here.
Yep.
Do we have that, guys?
We probably.
Okay, pop it up. But anyhow, no, I got a call or a text about 3 hours maybe before the Derby, and it was the wife, and she goes, well, I took a look, and she's the brains of the whole family, and she sends me a text, and let me see, here it is. There you go. Thanks, guys. This was all. I said I got to show this Gina this morning. So her choices in any order.
Stop
Mystic
it.
Dan,
That's great.
Catching Freedom, Forever Young. And can you turn that into some kind of bet, even with a long shot? Or Sierra Leone.
Stop it.
There you go. Only 8,000 for that superfecta. So her picks will be, up for the Preakness. You may have to pay for them, but now I know. I mean,
she should be putting a price on those. Why not?
I got to thinking. I'm thinking, okay, Mystic Dan. So she's got a picture of Dan Illman, her favorite handicapper. That's that's her screensaver.
This.
Catching Freedom, something she's looking to get forward to when she gets away from me.
Oh my God.
Forever Young, back in 1984 by Alphaville. That was her class song.
I love this.
And then Sierra Leone, that was just my key horse. So there you go.
My gosh, what
That's all you need to do to come up with the Derby superfecta.
But you know what? And that's the great thing about the Derby is it just brings up stories like this and connections like this that really you just want to hang on to. So Gina, can't wait for your Preakness picks. I'm looking forward to hearing from them because I will be hounding you for them.
We'll get them. Yes.
Let's go ahead to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches here for the last day of spring racing at Laurel Park.
Thanks, guys. Good luck, everybody.